Yo, world, what's going on? This is another episode of King's Corner. Thank you guys for tuning in. As you know, this is where we talk about self-love, self-respect, self-acceptance. And I'm really showing you, teaching you all the shit your daddy should have taught you. But this episode, we're going to be talking about, this is exclusive, okay? This one I'm excited about. I probably got 3, 4, 5 massages. I've just been adding ideas to this. Today, I'm rolling out the official list of characteristics, right? You know how like the world has, everybody's like, oh, a real man would da da da, a real woman would da da da. I don't care about none of that. If people are making up all their own terms like real this, I'm coining the term and it's called the good girl.
Yo, my man, what up? Listen to me. I know you get tired of being in a sexless relationship. Or if not, I know you get tired of having sex with the same woman over and over and over again. Even if you love her, I know it becomes boring. But don't worry, I got you. I want you to click the link in the description and go get your hands on a copy of the Poly Blueprint. Keep her, add more. In this blueprint, you'll discover how to transition your relationship from monogamy to polyamory, where it's open on your side but not hers. I teach you how to do this in an honest and safe way. No lying, no begging, no convincing, no compromising who you are in the process. Learn how to become her best option, introduce healthy competition, and set the standard for an effortless, authentic dynamic where she defers to you for all of the major decision making, and thus you get to call all the shots while she smiles and says, "Sir, yes, sir." If you're ready to step into your full masculine power, gain variety, and still keep her loyal, this guide will show you how. So pause the video right now, click the link in the description, and go get this blueprint right now.
I'm going to be detailing what a good girl is, what a good girl is not. Long story short, just the preface, baby, if you've been called a pick me, you're not a pick me, you a good girl, okay? I'm talking to y'all. So, and at the end of this, we're going to have a link somewhere here on the screen or in the description that you can click and you can go to apply for the good girl gang, okay? So, let's jump into, I told you it was going down. So let's jump into it. What are the characteristics of a good girl? Again, I'm going to pop this off and I'm going to say, look, if you've been called a pick me, baby, no, you not. They just hating on you. They wish they were you. Because as a woman, who wouldn't want to be picked to be a wife, to be a mate, to be a lover, to be the mother of someone's child? You don't want to be picked? Of course you do. So if you are calling women pick me's, you probably a raggedy bitch, okay? And if you've been called to pick me, baby, you a good girl. Okay, I'm making pick me's cool again. Okay, you are part of the good girl gang. So let's jump into it. Number one, a good girl, she is kind. Okay, and what I mean by kind, she's friendly. She's warm. She's inviting. She walks around with a smile on her face. She doesn't need to be told by men, "Hey, you should smile more." Right? She's just smiling. She's just happy. Might this invite attention that she doesn't want here and there? Absolutely. But she appreciates the attention that she gets, and she knows how to politely and respectfully tell a man she's not interested. Okay. She is kind. Next, and this a lot of y'all lose this one. Okay. She is non-judgmental. She understands that everybody is in life. They're running their own race. She's not worried about what other people think about her, and she's not worried about other people. She believes that you can live and let live, and I'm going to kill them with kindness and all these kinds of things, right? So a good girl is non-judgmental. She understands that people are where they are in their life, and she understands that she's made mistakes too, and that being judgmental towards anyone else really just means she's judging herself, and she's non-judgmental. She's a woman of peace and love. Okay. She's also a team player. This is the big one. She's a team player. Why is that important? Because she understands that she is good by herself, but she cannot be great without the guidance of a man, right? She understands that she might be able to work hard and become a boss babe and all of that, but she also understands that she wants companionship. She doesn't want to make all her own decisions all day. She wants to come home and be told what to do. She wants to say, "Yes, sir. No, sir. Can I get you anything else, sir?" This is the way that she would like to live her life. She understands that she's not trying to compete with a man. She's not trying to be a man's equal. She wants to be valued by a man. Amen. Okay. But she does not need to be front and center and be equal. And if he can do it, I can do it. She understands her place as a woman and she enjoys being there. Okay. Next, she is feminine, right? And when I say she is feminine, I mean she's in touch and she's aware of the feeling part of herself, her spiritual part, right? And just for people, because that spiritual stuff used to confuse me. When we talk about spiritual, we talk about just the things that are unseen about us, right? Our emotions, our feelings, our mentality, all those things that you cannot see fall into spiritual. So she is in touch with herself spiritually and femininely. She is aware of how she feels. She knows how to put words and names to her emotions. She can be upset without being loud, right? She can be sad without being dramatic about it, right? She knows how to express, she knows what her feelings are, and she knows how to express them with respect. Okay. Which is the next point. She's respectful, right? Another word for respect is admiration. She treats others, period, right, with admiration, right? She's not rude. She's not mean. She's not standoffish. She doesn't say things like, I'm good. I've got a good attitude unless you take it there. No, y'all just bitches. Okay. She's none of that. She is kind. She's respectful, right? She treats people with admiration, or she just don't talk to them at all. Okay. Um, this is the big one. This next one, she doesn't argue. Okay. She doesn't argue with women, and she especially does not argue with men. She knows that a man is going to do what a man wants to do, and she's not going to waste her time trying to argue to get a man to do anything. She might tell him once, she might tell him twice. She does not nag, and she does not argue. She does not raise her voice. She does not become disrespectful. She doesn't do any of those childish things. Okay. Um, when she is upset, when she is upset, she opts for silence instead of chaos. Okay. So this means she's angry, but she's not loud. She's not aggressive. She's like, you ask her like, babe, hey, what's up? What's wrong? Oh, nothing. She gets quiet. I can deal with quiet. I can deal with you being upset and quiet. No problem. Because now we can have a conversation. She's not throwing things. She's not calling you names. She doesn't do things like that because she's respectful. And she understands that if there's no evil within, then there can be no evil without. Meaning if she doesn't have that in her, then it shouldn't come out. Right. And she works on herself. Right. Whether that means she goes to therapy, she does journaling, she does meditation or yoga. She has some kind of spiritual practice in order to keep herself feeling good and looking good. Next, I think I've already said this, but she might be considered a pick me by other women. And again, baby, if you have been called a pick me, you are not a pick me. You are a good girl. I need you to go ahead and hit the link below and subscribe to the Good Girl Gang. Okay. Next, she desires to be led. She desires to be led. She does not desire to be her man's equal. She does not desire to be out in front. Really and truthfully speaking, y'all women who are in these relationships and in these marriages where y'all are out front, y'all making the tough decisions, you know you tired. You know you're stressed. You know you're tired of dragging that man with you. Okay. But you also you've never been with a man who you could fully sit back and just let him lead and just because you trust that he makes a good decision. He has your best mind, your best interest at heart. Okay. I'll never forget. I was at this event maybe 2 years ago in the tech industry, and I met this guy and this lady. They're a husband and wife. And the woman was just so giddy. She was all over the guy. And she was like, yeah, I'm here. I'm really just here supporting him. And you know what I'm saying? I didn't really want to be here, but I knew it'd be good for him. So, hey, we here. Right? I want to help my husband get to the next level. And I think he worked in the photography industry. And she was just bouncing, bubbly. They were probably in their 50s or 60s. And I was like, okay, this is different. I don't usually see this. Like, I got to see who this guy is. And I got to understand, like, who is he? And why is this woman so giddy about him? And they're married. And she's like, oh, yeah, my husband is this and he's that. Da, 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 da. And I was just like, okay, so ma'am, what if your husband was like, I'm finna go do something with so-and-so, I'll be back. She'd be like, baby, just take me with you. That's a good girl. That's a good girl. When I realized they made him like that, I was like, oh, okay, she gotta like me like that. She gotta like me to that degree. That she's like, look, I just love this man. I want to be around him every second. Guys, that's how a woman talks to you when she believes that you are the best that she can do. When she loves you, she values you, she honors you. Those are the kind of relationships that you can have with a good girl. Okay. But you got to be that guy too. You can't be no no straggle. You can't be no bum and expect to have this. You got to be the best version of yourself. She has to feel like I'm getting a good deal by being in this man's presence. Okay, because a good girl is not trying to. She not trying to deal with a dusty dude. Um, that being said, you shouldn't care what she want anyway. So you should be the best version of you for you, not for her. Yeah, so I said that she doesn't desire to be a woman's equal. She knows how to put her feelings aside and use logic to analyze a situation. One rule me and my wife have around the house is we don't mess with the money. Okay, so that means if I see her in a meeting and she's got her headset on or she's on camera or whatever, I'm not messing with you. I'm not making jokes. I'm taking care of the kids. I'm making sure that you are getting that money, and I'm gonna make sure that you get to do that in peace. Right. And likewise, if I'm on a sales call, if I'm doing whatever, and she sees I'm working, she understands like, hey, he getting to the money. So we not about to bother dad right now. We about to leave him alone. Right. So that's what I mean. Like she could be in a situation where she's upset with me or she's sad or she's disappointed. But when when the money is being made, she gonna put that to the side and she gonna be like, we can talk about that later. That's what I mean. Right. Next, she makes an effort to look good for herself and for her man. She understands that one, how she shows up dictates how other people, to a degree, see her man. Okay. And she also understands that if he's the best version of him and he's constantly chasing that and he expects that of her as well, then she stays looking good for herself. She understands that in order to really truly say that I love me, I love myself, I feel good, she's got to be in shape. She's got to be in the gym, or she got to be lifting weights, or she got to be drinking her water. She got to be going on walks. She's got to be taking care of her, right? I also do truly believe that uh, a woman's looks are tied to her survival and are also tied to her well-being, right? So I have a friend, and I'm not saying I agree with this, but I'm saying it was thought-provoking. He said that a woman's looks are tied to her survival. He said that basically, if a woman, we were living in caves or whatever, we were living in caves or whatever, and a woman could just exist. She's just there. She's beautiful, and she can get other cavemen or prehistoric humans to just stop and stare and want to give her things simply because she looks good, right? So, and because she looks good, they will give her things. She will survive. So her beauty is tied to her survival. I've never met a woman who believes she was ugly. Even ugly ones don't believe they're ugly, because that would then mean that biologically, that I'm not going to survive. So they going to tell themselves whatever they got to tell themselves to believe that they are beautiful. Okay. And so a good girl is aware of all that, and she makes an effort to look good for herself and for her man, but mostly for herself. Okay. And she also does not believe that a man should make her happy. She understands that she is in control of her feelings. Now, maybe not fully. She needs a man to help regulate her feelings, but a man cannot make her happy. Happiness is an inside job. Yeah, it is. It's an inside job. Okay. Next, she makes it very apparent that she likes a man in front of her. She isn't shy about her desires. So she lets you know, Daddy, I like you. I like what you got going on. I would like to be on the team. I would like to have more time with you. Just tell me what I need to do. She is overt with her attraction. She is not overt. She understands that, like, hey, now this is not every man. This is the man that she truly desires, that she really likes, right? She is forthcoming with, look, I'm not trying to play no games. I see you doing it. I like it. And it looks like it's fun. I would like to be involved. What can we do? Okay. Because she goes after men who she deems to be valuable. She knows that, hey, as valuable as I am alone, I could be better with that man. Okay. And she lets that be known. She's not shy. She does not lie. She does not hide her feelings. She lets you know. Next, she makes herself useful. She wants to come into your life and she wants to do things for you. It might be small things like make your bed. It might be big things like give you 20,000 to invest in your business, King. It don't matter. She wants to make herself useful. She don't want to be a beautiful bum. She wants to contribute. Her sitting around not contributing makes her feel bad. My wife tells me that. She's like, look, I don't want to just be here. Like, I want to contribute, right? I want to do things. I want to feel like what I'm doing matters. That's what I'm talking about. And that's why my wife is the leader of the Good Girl Gang. Okay. She makes herself useful, as opposed to a woman who does not like you. right? Think about a stripper at a strip club. Okay, their job is to extract. It is a transaction. Give me as much as you can, and I don't care about you. I may make you think that I do because that's best for me, but I truly don't. Right? Those women are not useful. They don't desire to make themselves useful, and that just means that she does not see you as her best option. So, guys, you want to become the best version of yourself because lots of benefits come. You're not doing it for the woman, you're doing it for you. But a byproduct of becoming the best version of you is that you attract good girls. You typically do. Okay. And last but not least, okay, a good girl, she shows extreme deference. When I say deference, an example of that is when you ask her where she wants to eat, she responds, Daddy, I don't care where we eat. I just want to eat with you. Okay. She doesn't want to make decisions. She wants to defer to the leadership of her man. And if she does not have one, she wishes she did. She understands that she's good by herself. She can be great with the man that she loves, likes, respects, honors, all that good stuff right there. So this is what a good girl is. It's not an exhaustive list. I think I might need to do a part 2 where I do it like what a good girl is not, just so most y'all bitches can go ahead and be filtered out. Okay. But if this is you, if this is something you're interested in, if you're interested in training on how to become the best version of you so you can get and keep the men that you want, not just these little dusty ones, but the real men, right? The ones who love women, right? Who want to provide for women, who are they're wealthy, they're handsome, they dress well, all the other women. If you want to learn how to secure the men that all other women wants, okay? And to the degree where they're like, baby, look, they talk to you how I talk to my wife. Like, baby, these hoes can't fuck with you. They can't hold a candle to you. Okay. I'm out here looking and I'm not seeing much. Okay. If you want men to treat you that way, okay, or you want a spot in the roster, either way, click the link below. I want you to do the application for the Good Girl Gang. We're only accepting. Here's what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna do a live. No, it's not gonna be a live. I'm gonna wait till the list gets to 100 candidates. Okay, 100 candidates, because y'all got this show right here is for men. Okay, so men, I want you to understand that like this is what you should be looking for. This channel is for men. However, if I get 100 young ladies who want to sign up for the Good Girl Gang, I'll start making content for those women too, and we will do a webinar, a private webinar, where I teach you the 3 steps to get any man you want. Because ladies, men are very easy. We're very simple. It's not that hard. Okay, I'm going to be teaching the 3 steps to get any man that you want, but only if we get the Good Girl Gang candidate list to 100 women. Okay. So that is it for this episode of King's Corner. I am your host. This has been another one. I'm AD, the Kingmaker. Peace.